You probably already know that the US government slaughtered millions of American bison. But what you don't know is that the reason they did it wasn't because they were at war with the bison, but because they were at war with Native Americans. And it was the express policy of the US government to wipe out and exterminate bison in order to take away Native Americans' ability to live on the land, to force them on a reservation so that white settlers could take that land, and to destroy their spirit. My travels take me to the Lamar Valley in Yellowstone. It's known as the American Serengeti, and it is one of the last places on earth that the American bison still roams free. You see, after the Civil War, the United States Army turned its attention to westward expansion. But there was a problem. The land was already occupied by Native Americans. To get access to the land, the U.S. government had to defeat and remove the Native Americans. Now, one way to accomplish this was direct armed conflict, what became known as the Indian Wars. But a more powerful tool was to destroy the way of life and spirit of Native Americans. So they found a weapon more powerful than any gun or cannon, the American bison. The architect of this policy was General Sherman, known as one of the most ruthless of all of the Civil War generals. And he said, quote, "The quickest way to compel the Indians to settle down to civilized life is to shoot buffaloes until they become too scarce to support them," end quote. Now, at the time, the Western Plains were covered by herds of 30 to 60 million American buffalo. And the Plains tribes relied on the buffalo for everything: food, shelter, clothing, tools, spiritual meaning, everything. The U.S. Army realized that by destroying the bison herds, they could destroy Native Americans' independence, destroying their ability to live off the land, but also to crush their spirits. A demoralized enemy is an enemy that's easier to defeat. And that is exactly what happened. Between 1872 and 1874, the great bison herds were shattered, and the Army encouraged it, even supplying hunters with ammunition and protection. They even sponsored hunters from Europe to come and join the massacre. The hides were sold, the meat was left to rot on the plains. Often the only thing they took to eat were the tongues, and the stench of the rotting meat was unbearable. This wasn't a random and wanton slaughter. It was policy. By the 1880s, the great herds, once 30 to 60 million strong, were almost gone. Only 300 bison were left alive. So was the independence of the people who depended on them. Because the war on these beautiful animals was never just about them. It was about power and control and domination. And it worked. The effects of this campaign didn't end with just empty plains. It left deep generational scars on the bodies and the culture and the land itself. Chief Plentycoop said, "When the buffalo went away, the hearts of my people fell to the ground, and they could not lift them again."